So, you're all probably wondering how I got here. Well, it all started when I brought Silvally Fairy. Yeah, you guys got your freaking wish. Good evening, sports fans! Crobat for the win of the Token Minorities here today with GBA D-League Season 4, Week 5. This one's against the Baltimore Oriolus, coached by CJ. And as I mentioned in the team builder, this is going to be my first match against CJ, so I'm definitely super hyped for it. And I'm rocking the squad that you guys saw in the team builder yesterday. So I recommend you go watch that. But just as a super powerful quick reminder, we have Silvally Fairy. I know the meme is dead. I thought we were going to go the whole season without Silvally Fairy, but I was a bit too ambitious there. It's unfortunate, I know. I know how it is, but we definitely have a strong squad. I recommend you go watch the team builder. So, let's talk about CJ's team real quick. It is exactly as I expected. Every single Mon is what I expected. The only thing that was like a little bit iffy was Terrakion in favor of one other thing, maybe. But I mean, it was pretty much spot on. And I was really hyped at the team preview because I feel very comfortable being able to deal with all of these Mons. Thank goodness for that. So, just by looking at the way his team is structured, it is most likely Z Terrakion, and it is most likely Scarf Darmanitan. And I'm going to try to scout for that. Turn 1 if I can. I'm sure he'll probably lead with Darm if it's Scarf. I do not think Raikou would be Scarf. I guess it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, but I would say probably not based on this team composition. And those were my first thoughts going in, and I was definitely able to make my first lead as Mega Gallade. I know that's my dominant strategy because it has a good matchup against just about everything there. You can get big damage off everything or take an attack, whatever I gotta do. And if he leads with Darm, like this is the exception, if he leads with Darm, I book it on out of there and go into Pex. And if he stays into U-turn, we know 100% he is Scarfed. So that's kind of my objective there. Now, before we get into this game, I wanted to do a couple things. So first of all, we do have a question of the day, and that question of the day is, what is your favorite starter? Mine, I think I've always liked Charmander. I have Pokemon Red, I played it back in the day, it was so much fun, so yeah, I think I'll go with that. And also just to let you know, we do have TTM apparel, we have the LA Nidokings merch, links are below in the description if you are interested. Now why don't we jump into this intense game. While the game's loading up, I also wanted to give a big shout out to my boy Kaz, who is the jack of all trades, goat of all, in the front office. He's the guy who helps me build, he does mock battles, he does teams and revision, he gens my Mons. He's just awesome. Go check his channel out, link will be in the description below. Now let's jump into this game. I lead with Mega Gallade as I promised, and he leads with that Darm, which screams from the highest of mountains that it is Scarf, okay? This is obviously a Scarf Darmanitan as he U-turns. That's what I figured would happen. But if I baited him into going for Flare Blitz, oh, that would have been an awesome turn 1. He does go to the Raikou now. Not unexpected at all here. I gotta make a good switch here, of course. And that, of course, will be the GOAT. He's coming back into this game. GOAT Drampa. Drampa can take any move from this thing, even Aura Sphere, easily with its bulk. So there's the Volt Switch. Turn 1. We don't learn a whole lot about the Raikou. I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility that it's Scarf. We'll see. But it definitely did nothing with Volt Switch, which is nice. It is now Klefki versus Drampa. I gotta switch out. I do not want to take a Paralysis, a Play Rough, anything. I want to just let Jolteon hit this thing with big damage. Thunderbolt here is gonna do just over half. Thank goodness for that Magnet. Now, Play Rough does about half, and I expect the Raikou here. I do. I am almost certain Raikou is going to come in right here, because he gets momentum if I let him get this thing in, so I better just Baton Pass out of there, and I do, which was a pretty nice play on my part, I think. I go into my Drampa again, and now hopefully I can get some interesting momentum. He is going to have the spikes, though, which hurts a little bit. Now he's going to pop my Choppleberry, which is actually really unfortunate. He does it with the HP Fighting, which I think does literally 10 damage. So that's nice. I can get a roost off. I was just really hoping he was going to pop my Berserk. He was so close. Was not expecting that to happen, but is what it is. We're going to take a Volt Switch to the face. Drampa, the GOAT, is going to take it so well once again. It's doing a really nice job of walling the Raikou, that's for sure. So here's the Clef Key again. We're going to Hidden Power Ground. Oh, this is where I wish I had that Berserk boost. If I didn't have the Chople Berry, oh, that would have been a dead Clef Key. I can't believe that. That's just crazy. So Player F does a lot. I wanted to get a Berserk boost, and I know I should be at health where I can take any move from Darm, or I can come back in against Suicune, I can come back in against Raikou. Now this is a good spot, right? This should be. If he is Adamant Darm, I can live any attack except a max roll Earthquake, which that would be a prediction on his part anyways, and oh my gosh, he gets the KO!
How could this happen to me?
I could not believe that. He got an absolute max roll with EQ. With my bulk, that should not have happened. That should not have happened. Except, I guess, you know, 5 or 10% of the time. Unbelievable. Now, that kind of sets me back a little bit in this game, but I can go to Mesprit on the EQ, set up some free rocks. I don't mind free rocks. You know what? Drampa took out Klefki, and it you know, got me to get those rocks up for free. So, at the end of the day, am I complaining too much? No, I still think Drampa did a pretty darn good job. I'm going to U-turn out with the Mesprit after taking a Shadow Ball. At this point, I got to go to my Silvally Fairy. I didn't want to, because I wish I had Drampa right now. But, I got to take something that has some special bulk. It's going to do quite a lot of damage, the Volt Switch there, but he's going to go into the Suicune. I'm going to play it a little bit safe and just go for the multi-attack. I can't really afford anything else right now. Here's Suicune, though, and this thing is scary. If he is Salb, we are in big trouble, but at least I know I outspeed. Go for the Parting Shot, which is going to help me tremendously here, so it eases my prediction in right now. I go to Jolteon because I know Scald probably is a 3-hit KO after all of those shenanigans. And I've got the Thunderbolt to hopefully scare him away. So basically he's only +1 special defense, which means my Thunderbolt should definitely still 2-hit KO. I know he's going to bring in Raikou this time, but since he's already worn down a little bit and he's going to get rocks damage, I know my better play here would be to go for the Thunderbolt in case he stays in, and to Toxic it right after. Because without Drampa, unfortunately, this thing is going to harass my team if I cannot wear it down. I do know I can take any attack due to the little bit of bulk that this Jolteon has. I also know, obviously, he can't go for a Volt Switch here. He's got to go for the Shadow Ball, and I definitely take it there. So that really does help me. I don't have any switch-ins to this. I don't want to lose any health on anything. I'm just going to go for Signal Beam for damage. Purely for damage. Jolteon does go down, and so he almost has a lost Raikou, though, and that's a pretty good trade, if I do say so myself, considering the fact that it totally destroys Toxapex. If I get rid of this Raikou, Toxapex is going to be vital to winning this game at this point. I gotta go to the one thing that can take one attack from Raikou, and that is my Silvally Fairy. Go for the multi-attack, so I can take it out.
To split left. And Young is back to throw it. Going to Rice. He got it. Jerry Rice, touchdown.
Like I said, this was a more bulky team this week, not as much of a fast team, so that was kind of my best play, I think. He does go to the Mega Latios here, and it's unfortunate. I just... gonna watch Silvally Fairy go into this game and then die on the very next turn. To an Earthquake, mind you. But hey, at least Silvally Fairy got a KO. It did something in this match for the 2 turns it was here. Unbelievable. So I'm going to go to Mega Gallade. Physically offensive. And I need to hope I outspeed. I do outspeed, which is pretty cool. Wait, actually, we don't know that yet. Technically, I'm Mega Evolving. But spoilers, I outspeed. I go for the bulk up. As long as he's not Draco or something. And even Draco, I think I could take. I should be fine. Oh yes, he outrages. With the bulk up, I should be able to take this. And I do take it pretty darn well. I go for the Ice Punch, outspeed him 2 turns in a row.
And dumped out. Now picked up by Ovechkin. Here he comes. Ovechkin trying to drag it through him there. hard.
I don't know if it was a speed tie, at least I didn't at the time. He told me later he was max speed, and if that is true, I'm sorry about the 2 speed ties. Obviously it definitely mattered in the game, because this keeps me completely alive in this game. But hey, you know what? I'll take it. It's a dead Mega Latios, one I needed down badly, because that is the last thing on his team that has a way to deal with Pex, and a very good way to deal with Pex, mind you. So here is the Suicune, which basically stalemates with Pex. There is no hiding it. There are no surprises there. We're going to have a grand old time with Pex versus Suicune. And that's a crit extrasensory it goes for. I get the Toxic off. Even with the crit, it does literally 5 damage, okay? Such little pathetic amount of damage. Toxapex is just the GOAT. Oh my gosh. And like I said, this is my path to victory. I need Toxapex. Can Toxapex pull this one out? Now, we've got a lot of time left in this game. I'm going to be here for the next hour doing this narration for sure, because that's how long the game is going to last. Just look at the timer in the video. If it seems like it's an hour, well, that's what it is. No, but kidding aside, thank God I did the post-com, not the live com. So, we're going to just take a big extrasensory attack as I go for the haze. We're going to live it easily, though. As long as he never gets to +2, Toxapex is completely and totally safe. And he's got the Toxic up, which means he has to reveal Rest now or never. And he does reveal Rest. It's annoying, but I still know he just cannot have Sleep Talk, because he's got Calm Mind, he's got Extrasensory, he's got Scald, and now he's got Rest. So I get a bunch of free turns to do whatever I want in this game. So first off, I do recover there. I want Pex to be at full health in dealing with this thing. He's going to go into his Terrakion, which I'm surprised about, given that I have a Scald. I go for the Toxic, though, in this case. I knew he was going to switch. I wanted this Terrakion poisoned on the switch in, or anything he switched in. If it was Darm, I would have been thrilled to get that poison too. So just to let you guys know, it's 3v3 in case maybe there was an oversight there. He's setting up a Swords Dance, and I had a feeling he was going to try to set up in my face, so I go for the Haze. Good thing I did, because if he Z-Rock moved right after Z-Stone Edge, I don't know if Pex would have lived that. He goes for the regular Stone Edge and misses. I just keep hazing. You know what? It's fine. I just cannot have him set up. That is critical here. I need that Toxic to wear him down. I need Pex to stay alive here. He does Stone Edge. It does nothing. Oh my gosh. Pex the monster. Just going to keep hazing. No reason not to here. I need the Black Sludge back. I need to recover this time though. And I think in the back of my mind he might be thinking about that. But I see the Z move. And I'm really scared that it might KO. But I did a calc. It should not KO if it's what I think this Terrakion is. Unless there's some super mega EVs that this thing has, I should be able to live with a Sliver and then recover right after. And we watch as I survive on red. Pex is putting in the finest of work here today. And we're at almost the exact same spot where we were at. And that Terrakion is one hit away from going down.
Johnson, his first year at AAA, from the set he deals. That swung on and driven deep down the left field line toward the corner, and this ball is going to be... Oh, it's caught! It's not Jake Wald. That's the ball girl. Jake Wald in left field can't believe it. He can't believe it. Let's look at that replay. Oh, my. What an amazing play. And now look at her sitting there.
You got to remember, rocks are on his side of the field, I should say. So he cannot switch in safely. It is only death fodder for him at this point. Wow. Here's Suicune. It's not sleeping, but I'm just going to recover, and we are at the exact same stalemate that we had earlier. Unbelievable. It's too funny, actually. So he's going to Scald. If he gets the burn, it's not the end of the world, but it would be kind of annoying. I hope it doesn't happen. I'm going to Toxic it, because I want to force him to rest faster. If he can get into rest mode, then I can get a switch to maybe make a Gallade. I can do some shenanigans with that. Bulk up in his face, Leaf Storm, Drain Punch. I've got a lot of options and choices here. And you got to remember, too, that as long as I have a couple bulk ups up, Darm is not too much of a problem. Especially because it's Choice Scarfed and not Life Orbed. Gallade can deal with it pretty darn easily. I'm going to just haze. I just do not want this thing to set up. I want him to rest. I got to stall him into resting. It's a little annoying that he gets the burn with the Scald there, but overall, we're taking this thing on really well. Extra sensory, I figured that was going to happen. We recover. We're making good predictions with this Toxapex. He's single-handedly carrying the team on his spiky back. Actually, I always think of Toxapex like a hat. I mean, if you saw my thumbnail for this video, it has Avril Lavigne wearing a Toxapex as a hat, okay? It's going to be the new fashion trend, believe me. With all the spikes and everything. Oh, yes. I know fashion. And actually, you know what? I know absolutely nothing about fashion, and I will still support the Toxapex hats. Alright, see, this game just got kind of boring, so I decided to go on a side tangent about Toxapex hats. And they will probably be on sale at the TTM store starting next week for $10,278 a hat. He does switch into Darm, and by the way, that was a joke. We are not going to have Toxapex hats because we are going to get sued by Nintendo if we did that. So, he goes into the Darm as I recover. I'm fine with this. Even EQ would not KO this thing. I'm at full health. I can deal with it. He U-turns. That's so fine. That's so easy. We got this. He does go into the Suicune here. There was no move that I could have done that would have KO'd or done anything significant here. Scald does literally -3 damage. He's going to rest. 110% he's about to rest. I do wish we had some other move that magically could have maybe made that a KO there. But I think if I revealed that, he probably wouldn't have made that switch anyway. So I'm going to go to Mega Gallade. This is my chance to get a bulk up and hopefully Drain Punch, just get some health back. That's what I really need most of all, more than getting a Leaf Blade off, because I need health so I can deal with the Darmanitan if Pex and Mesprit goes down anywhere in this equation here. So he does go to the Terrakion, and with this Terrakion going down, we are not in the worst of shape, because we're 3-2, and I know that with the Mons we have left and the fact that we have Stealth Rocks up on his side of the field, we should be able to win this game. It just might take a while because Pex, he waits a long time for things. He's very patient, and he certainly has tested my patience this week. But that said, it's going to be an interesting haul. We need to break a Suicune with a Toxapex, a Mesprit, and a Mega Gallade. And Mega Gallade's got to be the one to try to break the Suicune. It's really the only one that can. I know Darm is one Stealth Rock hit, plus some Flare Blitz recoil away from dying, so that doesn't even scare me. I just need to break this thing. I'm going to make the aggressive switch into Mega Gallade while he is sleeping, because it was so aggressive as he was sleeping, right? I go for the Drain Punch. I need health back right here, and I do get some wonderful health back. He does still sleep. I'm gonna go for more health, and I'll tell you why. I need this thing to survive, because guess what? There was 1 minute left in the timer at this point in the game when it was live. There was 1 minute left. If I Leaf Bladed and it didn't KO, and he KO'd me with Scald, the game was 2-2. So, yes, I just got burned. It doesn't matter. The timer basically ended right here. The game is over. And we have 3 Mons. That was why I did not Leaf Blade there. If I had Leaf Bladed, I could have, if there was infinite time, that is, if I Leaf Bladed, or maybe even Bulk Up Leaf Bladed, something, I could have won the game. Absolutely, 110%, no question in my mind. It might have even been a 2-0. It's where I kind of see that game going. But, yeah, we end up winning 3-2 because of a timer. You know what? I'm not going to complain too much, though, because I'm still pretty happy with that. It's a win for us, first and foremost. Second of all, it's effectively a +1 differential game. And you know what? Yeah, I think the timer screwed us a little bit at the end, and I know it made me do one play a little bit differently, just because if I went for Leaf Blade and lost Mega Gallade there, CJ did exactly what I would have done. He would have stalled the rest of the game out to force a tie. And I think he probably had more HP than I did because of his Suicune. Maybe, and you know, Pex has low HP, so I actually don't know how it's calculated. I don't know if it's percentage, I don't know if it's total HP, whatever it is, though, it was iffy. So, I don't know where it would have been. And that would have probably been his strategy, and I didn't want that to happen. I just wanted to, at that point, take the safe 1-0 rather than trying to risk him possibly winning and with a tie. And at the end of the day, if it was showdown, do I think I probably would have got maybe a 2-0 victory? Sure. If I played my cards right, yeah. But I'm not going to complain. No complaints here. We got a good game out of this. I was so happy with how we both played head-to-head, toe-to-toe with each other. Good game, CJ, and I wish you all the best the rest of the season. Well, that's, yeah. I still can't believe we had another timer game. I've had like 3 or 4 of them, I think, in my career. Doing draft format, probably 3. I think this is the 3rd. I had one with Cooper back in the day. I had another. I can't remember who it was against, but I would have to look back in time. But anyway, this is like a 3rd, I think, for me. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Alrighty, guys. So why don't we jump into Sports Center for the week, because this game and this narration is over.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Coach Edwards, so you don't think this was a cheap victory by a timer?
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Well, we in the press don't believe.
That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win.
Bro, it doesn't matter.
When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out. Because it matters.
And now, let's hop into Coach Danza's post-game speech. Unbelievable, guys. Can you believe it here today? I am in utter shock, believe it or not. I knew we could do it, but I didn't expect to be able to do it in this manner. But boy, am I hyped. Toxapex was the GOAT this week. The Great Wall of China and every other wall in the world, okay? The walls in this house was Toxapex this week. And by the way, Toxapex makes a mighty fine hat. Just want to point that out. Now, I'm so hyped. And guess what? We've got such good momentum going. We've got to do everything in our power to keep this up. Don't talk, just act. Don't say, just show. Don't promise, just prove. That's my motto going forward. We're going to keep proving that we are worthy. We're going to keep proving that we are a top team. We're going to keep proving that we belong at the top of Tom's power rankings. This is the first time in my life I feel like I've ever been at the top of a power rankings, you know, in that upper echelon. And you know what? I am going to do everything in my power, not only to win, but to not squander it. Now that's all for this edition of Sports Center. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe if you like this video, and we will definitely have another Sports Center coming your way next week. See you then.